What is up, guys? In this video I'll be giving you my thoughts on who I think the 5 best Oilers are of all time. Obviously there's a lot more that goes into this than just points. I'll be ranking these players in 3 separate categories: skill, hardware, and who were the fan favorites. If you're new to the channel, thanks for clicking on this video. I set my goal to 10k subs by the end of the summer, and if you guys can help me reach that, I can't even describe how much that would mean. And just want to say this before I get ripped in the comment section down below. There's so many amazing Oilers in this team's history. As of 2 seasons ago, the Oilers have had over 600 players to wear the jersey. So obviously some legends will not be making the list. It'll be impossible to please everyone, so I guess this is just my list. But drop a comment down below as I read every single one, and let's get right back into this video. To start off the list, we've got Captain Canada himself. He's far from the most skilled Oiler ever, and as far as individual and team awards go, he's really only won anything representing Team Canada. But where Ryan Smith ranks first by far is he is without a doubt the most fan favorite Oiler there is. This guy literally bled blue and orange, and the day he was traded, the hockey world was talking about it. When he played his last game, the hockey world was talking about it. I remember the last game played at Rexall Place. They had some former and current Oilers come on the ice to get honored, and there was no bigger applause than to Ryan Smith himself. And they had all the bigs there, so for that reason, I couldn't not put him on the list. He embodied everything of once an Oiler, always an Oiler, and he was no slouch in his own right. From his heart and determination to his net front presence, Smitty was an absolute beauty, and he deserves to be on this list. At number 4, we've got Connor McDavid. McDavid scores probably above not just any Oiler ever, but any NHLer ever when it comes to skill. It's no secret, he is without a doubt the most advanced hockey player the world has ever seen, which is why I couldn't not have him on this list. And I know a lot of you might be saying, yeah, he hasn't won the cup yet, but if these playoffs showed us anything, it's that Connor McDavid was this close to hoisting Lord Stanley. I'm no longer worried about him lifting the cup. It's not if anymore, it's when he does. And if the Oilers did win the cup this year, he'd be higher on this list. And yeah, even though he hasn't won the trophy, he's won a few individual trophies along the way. And I guarantee when it's all said and done, he might be the biggest fan favorite Oiler when he retires. So for all those reasons, he's at number 4 on my list of greatest Oilers of all time. Number 3. This was by far the toughest one for me. It was either Grant Fuhr, Paul Coffey, or Jari Kurri, and I ended up going with Fuhr, and here's why. As well, I just want to clarify, I really don't think there's a wrong answer here, but Grant Fuhr was labeled by the Great One himself the greatest goalie in the history of the game. He stated that on several occasions as well. He obviously won 4 cups with the Oilers, he won the Vezina as the league's best goalie, and he came runner-up to teammate Wayne Gretzky for the Hart Trophy as the NHL's most valuable player. I'd argue Grant Fuhr's legacy on the game was bigger than that of any Oiler, maybe besides Wayne Gretzky, as he was the first black goalie in NHL history as well. He was a big game performer, consistent, and his athleticism and reflexes were far superior of anyone at that time. So he's the 3rd best Oiler ever in my eyes. On to the next. At number 2. Okay, this might be a hot take, but at number 2, we've got the Great One himself. Don't really need to say much here. Pretty well every record there is was set by this guy. He's won the Hart Trophy more than anyone. He captained the greatest team in NHL history. He won more individual awards than anyone that has ever played the game. So you must be thinking, why the hell is the greatest player to ever play the game not number 1 on your list? Well, this is who is the best Oiler of all time, not who is the best player of all time. And with that out of the way, let's just jump right into number 1. At number 1, we've got Mark Messier. The greatest Oiler to ever play is the Moose. I think Messier checks off all the boxes when it comes to my ranking system. He's won a fair share of awards, he was one of the most complete players to ever play the game, and he was a fan favorite. This is one player I really wish I could have watched growing up, and that's why, again, this is my personal list. Don't get butthurt for me having Mess over Gretz. I just always had a soft spot for players that could do it all, and Messier certainly could. You need a goal? There you go. No one really talks about how good of a passer he was, but at the time, he was certainly one of the best playmakers. But the one thing he did Gretz never could do was be physical. And although that doesn't fall into skill category, it definitely won over millions of fans. So for that reason, I have Mark Messier as the greatest Oiler ever. Woo! Right on, guys. If you enjoyed that video, thanks for clicking on this video. I really had a fun time making this one, and I plan to be making a few more like this down the road here. The summer is going to be a big summer, I think, for the channel. You guys are just popping off, and I really appreciate it. If I'm not at 5K subs now, just keep subbing along. Let's see what you guys can do. It would really be sick to, I don't know. Let's get this video out there. Let's show the other fans around the league who the best Oilers are. That would be sick. But yeah, guys, if you're new to the channel, thanks for clicking on this video. Obviously, you guys are absolute beauties. But I'm curious, and I say this every video, I do read every single comment. So drop a comment down below. Did I miss anyone? Obviously, and like, what are your biggest polls? Who's someone that is just embodied an Oiler more than anyone that doesn't get talked about? Maybe, and who are just some sneaker picks? Like, who was your favorite Oiler growing up? Like, I'm just gonna throw this one out there. Ryan Jones. I love this guy. He was an absolute beauty. I watched him growing up quite a bit. He's like an under radar. But like, yeah, like, what are some of your polls from the 80s, some 90s, early 2000s, 2010s? But thanks again, guys, for the support. You all have really been crushing it, and it truly does mean the world. So, with that being said, don't be average when you can be above average. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace!